So what we are looking at is variable declaration. So how do you declare variable in JavaScript? So there are three ways to declare variable. One is the old way, which is var. The second is const. The third is let. Currently, we hardly use var, or we don't use var this time around because var is really buggy. For example, when you use var, the feedback or the way your code will run might be a bit different from when you use let, because var might not be predictable, but let can be predictable. We use const when we want to declare something that we are sure we will not be reassigning. If we reassign it, then we need to use let. So for that reason, I will not be covering var. Just know that var is like let. So if you want to use it, well, or if you see it somewhere, I wouldn't advise that you use it. But if you see it somewhere, you should know that it is the same thing as let. Let me just do a var x equal to 2. Equal to 1, and then let's just log it to the console like that. So let's do a console log, the log, and we're just passing x there, and let's run it. So as soon as we run it, you see the feedback here, and it's showing us 1 here. All right, so let me make a little more zoom. All right, so that is basically it. And if you change this var to let, just so that you see that what we're saying is happening, when you run it, you still get 1. If you change the value here, you should still get what you pass in. So let's run this, and we are getting 98, which means it's working. Now const will still give you the same thing. So this is const and x equal to 98, and let's try to run it again. We still get our 98. If we change it to 505, we should get let's make that 50. All right, and let's run it again. So 50, it shouldn't have started with a 0. So that is it. And now you might not be wondering, how exactly do they differ? So like I told you before, you cannot reassign const when you assign const. So let's try to reassign it. And so let's say x equal to 100, and then run. Notice that we are now having an error telling us type error, const assignment to constant variable. It is because you cannot reassign whatever you've given to a constant. But let's say we try it with a let. So let x equal to 50, and then we try to reassign it. So let's try again, and notice that it's giving us 100 because it is let. We can overwrite what we have written before. So basically, this is how we assign variables. So you see that you're using const for a variable that you don't want to be redeclared, or you're using let for a variable you don't mind redeclaring. All right, so that is it.